Hello and welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 on Court Farms. Right, so before we start off, if you're enjoying the video and also enjoying the content on the channel, please hit that subscribe button. I am trying to get to 30,000 and I think it's down to you brilliant people that are going to help me get there. So yeah, if you're enjoying it, please hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you hit that like button. So, in the last episode, we made a shed ton of cash and we did really well. That's the basic gist of it. We started doing grass silage contracts and yeah, we made a killing. I also started off after doing a harvest as well, so I give myself a bit of a head start. And I also found a few collectibles, and I think I might actually go on a bit of a mini collectible hunt, because I'm sure from playing the map for a while now, there's definitely loads of random collectibles just sitting out in this like gardens, and there's just a load of houses in that direction. So I think I might try and hit 5 up or something. But we are going to take a different approach in this episode. Now we've got some money, I'm going to focus on getting this field here replanted, set up, limed, everything. And the reason I want to do that is I want to try and improve my environmental score. So we're going to be leasing out some kit in this one. Now, the rule I set out at the start is I can lease equipment if I'm not using it for contracts. That's how I've worked it. And now, I have set it up that if we have just a quick look, it's probably better to show you. I mentioned in the last episode, we now got a 30% increase, so plus 30% reward. But what I have decided to do is I changed the difficulty setting when it becomes to penalty. So if we cancel a contract, we get a 50% penalty. So basically 50% of what that contract would have given me, I have to pay as a penalty. So it's definitely something that means that we shouldn't be, cancelling contracts. We can unlock borrowing equipment after 7 successful jobs for one of the NPC farmers. So I think we've done one that's done about 5 at the moment. So we're doing really well on one of them. And I think at that point then, it's like they lend us their equipment. I like the idea of that. But also, what I've been messing about with is this here. Field purchase discount. So I've activated it. And every time we do a job for an NPC farmer, we can get 3% off a price if they're selling a field. Or we want to buy a field, basically, they own. So it says here the number of discounted effective jobs. So 20 concurrent jobs we can get up. But it'll only ever max to half. So 50%. Half price, basically. And I think that's a good idea, because what it does is it introduces a new dynamic to the way I'm going to play. Because if I know that I want a certain field, and I have been eyeing up some patches of grass, what we could do is try and do contracts, even if they give less money, but to that owner, so we can kind of reduce the price. It's kind of like building a rapport with that farmer. Doing work for him, it's saying, listen, mate, I want that, buy that field, he'll sell it to me for a discount. That's the way I'm kind of role-playing it, you could say. So I like the idea of that. So we're going to, in this episode, like I said, lease out some kit. We're going to sort it out, get it, hopefully, well, my environmental score at the moment, I'm taking a negative, so we can remove that completely. But we need to, probably going to plow in first as well. I know I need to direct seed, so I will direct seed, but I just kind of think it might be a good idea to plow in and make, a new boundary. I don't need to plow. It's not like I have that requirement. I've turned it off. So technically I don't, as long as I can maybe cultivate it then. I'll cultivate it, even though I shouldn't be doing that for direct seeding. But I just kind of want to get, especially this patch here in the middle, I want to get it all sorted, because there's patches you can see that just aren't, it isn't spot on, is it? It needs to be improved. So we'll go and sort that out. But first, before we do any of that, we're not going to actually do a contract in this episode. Obviously, we're going to mainly aim at that. But I did mention as well in the last episode that I was going to mess about with the bottom of the map where the ore drive network kind of drives towards. So if I show you what I've done, because I was going to do it in the video, but it just took a lot of faffing, I'll be honest. It was a bit of a nightmare, because the way these maps are made in GE is they have a certain, like, for example, if this over here was raised up ground, and then I raise it, and then I kind of reduce it to make it level, like you can do with the editor tool in-game, like the Terraforming tool. When you start a new save game, and I apply the updated version GE where I've done that, so I've done some terraforming in GE, so in Giants Editor, it won't show unless I start a new save game. So that was the problem I was having. And yeah, for some reason in-game, I couldn't get it to terraform, so smooth out properly. So it's not the best. I'm just going to put my hands up and say it was the best I could do without starting a new save game. But I'm happy with it. I think this now is a decent track. You can see though it might be a little bit bumpy in places, and that's just, yeah, that's just how it had to be. Now it still drives through. We can still drive through it. I've still put a few trees in. You know, it's a track now. It's a proper dirt track. There's none of the buildings that were in before. And yes, we've lost a farm technically on the map, but I think for us as a contractor who's building a farm, that shouldn't impact us at all. That shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, it's basic. It does the job. It needs smoothing out really, but I can't do it. It terraforms. It just won't allow me to smooth out in game. And obviously, I've done it within GE. So you know, if I was in GE right now, this wouldn't be like this. But I'd have to start a new save game for that to show, and that's just not worth all the faffing about really. So I'm happy with how it's turned out. It'll do the job. That's the main thing. So I think now what we'll do is we'll go on a bit of a random spree of just running through people's gardens. I know that sounds crazy, and it is crazy. Let's be honest, it's mental. But I think we can make 5,000 at least doing this. And I've never actually completed. I don't know if anyone else has. I'd be interested to know. Have you ever actually gone out and tried to collect all the collectibles? Because that's what they're there for. And I know they give you a big boost of cash if you do it. But I haven't actually ever done it. I don't know if I've picked up the one from around here. No, I haven't. There's one already. But yeah, I thought, why not? We'll just keep chipping away at him. And it's £1,000 every time. You can't really complain at that. Oh, there's another one here. So that's 2,000. Bang on. You could probably hop through this. I don't even know where I am now, but yeah, there's another one. I mean, they are literally... There you go, there's another one. They are all in the gardens, basically. Like, I've noticed just flying about the map, especially with the farmhand. Yeah, they're all in the gardens. Probably don't know if there's one here. There might have been, I've just picked it up. But yeah, I'm literally just hedge hopping here through people's gardens. I mean, it wasn't my plan as well. I'll be honest, this was not my plan to start the video and just start hedge hopping. But I kind of want to try and see how many I can collect. I think that's the front of that house, so we don't need to go there. Now, I did collect one around here, I'm sure of it, in the last episode. I think it was about here. So there's definitely not one here. Mental. There we go. Look, just sitting there nice and happy. We've done a fair few now. This is another garden here. There you go, there's another one. I'll take that, thank you. I think there'll be one in the back garden if there's one in the front. We're not going to look at that. I'm not looking at that. So, I think, really, thought that was one then. I think if we just grab a couple more, get up to 90,000, then that's not bad then. We've done well. I had to run a long way down the road for that one. Now, I think this is the border. Yep, so there's not going to be one over there. But I said 90,000, so I'm going to have to get one more. But I'm going to go up here. I'm going to go up here to the left. I think we're definitely going to find one there. And I think I've probably picked up most of them from that side anyway. So, yeah. I am going to go on a bit of a mission here to try and get all of them just randomly. There you go. Last one. 90,000. Bang on. There's another one. I tell you what, we're just going to run back up to our house and see how many we can pick up. I think that's probably the best bet. Just actually thinking, this is a proper nice plot of land. Really nice. Hey, oh, I've missed one. Right, this is the last one, I promise. It becomes addictive to getting these. It really does. But yeah, that's enough. I'm at 90,000. I've just literally hopped over so many garden fences on the way back to my house, or my farm, that yeah, We've picked up quite a bit. So there you go. We've made some money already. I think that in a way, that was what we'd make if we did a contract. So yeah, let's get it sorted out. We need to probably now... I mean, I've got a lot of maintenance problems as well. Just figured it out. A lot of the vehicles, if we have a look in this tab, are due. They really are due to... Especially look at the JCB Fast Track. It's at 14%. My class... Pretty much all my tractors, except the class here, the Lexion. Yeah, but all my tractors are. But we're going to have to go and lease out the equipment first. So what will we need? To get this sorted out properly, we're going to need... For starters, we're going to need a spreader. We're going to need some lime. We're definitely going to need a kind of like cultivator. I'd say to get the ground set up first. Then we'll need a direct seeder and some grass seeds. And I think that's a good spot. I know we need to fertilise after that point, but we could always lease out something. But I think as long as we get the ground planted, and it shouldn't take long because it is a small patch, it's just getting the equipment. So we're going to have to drive up, aren't we, with... Probably let's drive up with the class. And that's a good spot to start with. So let's jump out of here. And then we're going to need a few items, aren't we, to bring back. And need to bring seeds and lime, so I'm going to have to take this. So that's that first. Now, I did set up proper auto drive. Bloody window cleaners just scared the living life out of me. Whew, I just got scared. It just scared the living life out of me, my window cleaner has. Bloody hell, I thought someone was walking in my house. But anyway... completely random, but no, I did set up the auto drive so it now comes back to the farm. So if previously I've been sending it back to this field over here, but if we go to default, you can see I've got Scroft's farm. So at least that's set up properly now. But what we want to do is go to the vehicle shop buy point. Off you go, buddy. Hopefully that turning's pretty good, not messed that up. And we're gonna have to take the JCB as well. Just thinking, we're going to need direct seeder. Direct seeder is definitely something we need. And a cultivator. So, just thinking, should I take up 3 tractors? Because we're going to need a spreader as well. Yeah, we're going to send up we'll send up all 3 of our tractors. I think it makes more sense. So I'll get everything set up. I'll get everything sent up to the store, and then we'll go from there. Right, so everything's on its way. We should probably see some of the vehicles soon. I'm hoping that one will be alright. You can hear it now. Should we wait just to make sure that it does the turning? It should do. Fingers crossed anyway. Perfect time for the sip of the brew. Yeah, perfect. It's a bit of... we didn't see it hit that rock, honest. Well, there we go. But we're here. That's the main thing. So, we're going to have a look at some equipment now just to lease out, and hopefully that stuff won't be in the way. Fingers crossed. So we're going to need a cultivator. Now, we don't need anything massive because the field isn't big anyway, so really it doesn't matter. Now, I have got quite a few options here. That's 3 meters, but I think about 5 meters would be ideal. So there we go. Look at that. 5 meters. Not a problem at all. We lease it out £300. Nice. I mean, it says it's a ring packer roller, but it says it's a cultivator, so I'm going to trust that that's a cultivator. I mean, it's a bit of a strange one, but it is in the cultivator tab. Ring packer roller. It says it's one, so it's got to be one. But yeah, it does look more like a roller. Then we're going to need probably some kind of spreader, but we need to make sure it holds lime. And because lime comes out, we need probably the biggest capacity. So I'm going to sort these by capacity and work down. Now, that definitely is too... Oh, it goes up 20,000. We're not going to get that. Looking at the prices, is there anything that's cheap? I mean, that's not bad, is it, for 24,000? But then again, this one's 23. I mean, that wouldn't be much to lease out, really. I actually think that's spot on. It'll make the job easier. It definitely will. And we can fill up lime here and then take it up. And then anything that we can keep it after anyway. So it's not like, and it doesn't cost much, lime doesn't. I think 8,000 litres, that's a shout. I mean, would 8,000 litres do it? I'm going to get 10. You'd be surprised how much lime gets consumed. I think it is a bit less, though, with precision farming than what it was base game. Right, so we've got the roller and we've got the spreader. So that's to drive it. I mean, this took forever to get here. It's only just turned up after I've bought 2 things. We'll leave that like that for a second because I do still need to get some seeds, but I need to get the direct seeder. So we've got to make sure what we buy now is a direct seeder, and yeah, that it's, well, our cheapest direct seeder really. So these here, no previous cultivation is required. Does it need something with that? It does, yes. So that's not our cheapest option then, is it? 32,000 here for a 3-meter direct seeder. No previous cut. I probably prefer that. I mean, it's 3-meter, but I prefer it to the other one just because I think it'd be easy to drive around. And it says no previous cultivation or ploughing is necessary. So yeah, we'll go with 3 meters. It's not the biggest, but it'll do the job, and that's the main thing. That is the main thing. I mean, it's not like we can go up to 4, is it? There's a 6. Yeah, I don't think we need to be spending that much money, to be honest. So there we go. We'll go with this. So that's that leased out. And I think now we can obviously cultivate the field. We can then direct seed in. We can spread lime. And we just need to get some seeds. So we're going to go with grass seeds. I'm going to try and do this in all in one shot. And I think 1's going to be enough for that. And then we also need to get some lime. So granulated lime, 340. We want probably about, well, we definitely want at least 16,000 litres for 2,700. I'm just going to get that. That's a bargain. That's a bargain. And we're going to buy 1 bag of fertilizer because if we can do some fertilizer, we may as well. And we're going to go with the cheapest stuff, which is this. It's only 500 litres. So let's see if we can get one that's got 1,000 at least. We're going to go with the cheap one. 1,200 for this. Right, that's everything. Finally. So now we need to, yeah, sort everything out to drive it back. Ooh, just about. So we're just going to move that over there for a second. I was going to bring back the spreader with this. I mean, if I fill it up, there's no chance. But what I could do, technically, is probably drive this back. Yeah, we'll drive this back with this. I think it'll do it. Oh, it even lifted it up. I didn't expect that. No, he's going to be slow, so this one needs to be the first thing we send back. Let's see if we can just fill up some seeds in it. That'll do. That'll do. Blimey hellfire. The turn on this is horrendous. It pretty much just doesn't turn, does it really? Right, so you want to go back to Scroft's farm. Hopefully this will be alright. Should be. So let's get this sorted out as well. Plenty of things here to put on. Maybe I can hold 2 with this. I don't know if I can fold that up. It'd be ideal if I could. I don't even know if that's... I think I've messed up there with that cultivator, I'll be honest. It doesn't even look like it connects. I think it's meant for something else. I really do think we've messed up on this one. Yeah, we're going to get rid of that. Let's return that. We should get a bit of money back. Yeah, we got 118. I think it was about 300. So we have, you know, we've lost out, but could be worse, I guess. It could be worse. So, let's get something proper. Come on, stop faffing about. Cultivators. Right. We don't want one of them ones. They are naff. Absolutely naff. I mean, that's 5 meters. Really, we don't... Really, we want, you know, a decent size one for this. But that's, yeah, it's not the best, is it? Don't know what, I'm going to remove this pack. Bloody roller things. Don't know what note to do with them. I mean, that's 12. This is 6.6 meters. And it's 12,000. I think that is spot on. There we go. I do think that this can go on the front and then still pull the spreader. Because this is a big Joey, so it should do the trick. That is... I hope that connects quite high up. Yes, it will. Right. Here we go then. We don't want to be picking up the fertilizer. We want to make sure we fill this with as much lime as possible. There we go. Right, so I'll get everything loaded up so the video doesn't carry on just faffing about. And then, yeah, I'll make sure everything's at the farm ready to go. I think this is the perfect size. It's not too small, is it? And we'll do the job. I wanted to go a bit further over there. Nah, should be alright. I don't want to go too far, but also, yeah, I want to make sure that it's not shocking, obviously. We are trying to plant in some decent grass here. It's a bit difficult. The first headland kind of pass is always going to be a bit tricky, but with the way this turns as well, the back end kind of swings out. I might actually just turn it to front wheel. Might change it to just front wheel, just because I think it might manoeuvre a little bit better around the corners for me. But yeah, not ideal to cultivate first, but with it being grass, I think it's best to do, especially with some of the patches we've got. We can actually get this proper field limed up and everything. And yeah, see, that's much better turning wise. Here's hoping that we obviously improve the environmental score, because we're losing out on a bonus every time with that, so it is important. It definitely is. So I think what I'll do is I'll stick in a time lapse now of me getting through probably just the main part now of this, and then after I've at least spreaded, I'll cut back in for the planting, because that's probably going to take a little bit more time as well, because this is 3 meters, so that's probably the longest task that we've got. But like you can see, it's not a big field and this shouldn't take long at all, but it's important to do.
Let's just do what you want to. Please don't be polite, cause I like your attitude. Let's forget about a curfew, cause all that is stuck in my head is me and you. Full speed and my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna pace it, cause it only does this with you. Our bodies meet, I can feel the tension, move us into the next dimension. Let's just let our bodies be true. We make out for the thrill of it, mess around for the thrill of it. Don't stop now, never let this end. For the thrill regrets. Girl, put your faith in me, even though we just met. Let's forget about our curfew, cause all that is stuck in my head. It's me and you, both speeding, my heart is racing, but I'm not sure I wanna face it, cause it only does this with you. Our bodies meet, I can feel the tension, move us into the next dimension. Let's just let our bodies be true. We make out for the thrill of it, mess around for the thrill of it. Don't stop now, never let this end. For the thrill of it, we can have it, no regret.
Right, welcome back. We're making good progress. So we've cultivated the field. We also spread lime, and now I'm doing the seeding. I did 2 headland passes, and I'm now using GPS just to go and do some up and down roads. With it being 3 meters, I think GPS is probably the best bet, and I'm kind of cutting across, going diagonal. Shouldn't take me too long. Nice little job. I have been thinking about rolling the field though. I know it's only like not much, like 2.5% into it, like 5% in max, with mulching and all that stuff. I'm thinking, should I do it? Part of me thinks I should, just because, you know, every little helps with what we are. We haven't got much grass, have we? So the more we can do, probably the better. Definitely, because then we can obviously make more silage, because the whole aim of this is to make grass silage and sell it for myself and make a profit. So I am going to lease out a roller, and I'll do it in between this episode, because I think I'll fertilise this ground and then I'll roll it straight after. I think I can roll straight after fertilising. I'm sure I can. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad. pH, nitrogen's horrendous. pH is sorted out. Yield we can actually remove. So clear the yield map on that one. And if we have a look again, seed rate is just standard. And yeah, I'll actually get good yield from this field. Like, looking at the type that it is, there's quite a lot of loam, which is obviously good because it is small. We're not going to get much at all. I have been looking at some grass fields, and at the end of the video I'll show you where I've been eyeing up. I think it's really good because there's like 3 patches in a row. Well, there's 3 patches, two are in a row, and then there's one just to the left, and it'll actually make one big grass field if we buy all 3. But the good thing about it is we can like buy it in steps, so it's not too much now. Like, one of them's only 40,000, so it's something we could do. But I think we'll hit up some more contracts after this, try and generate around that, just so we keep some money like this, because it's good to have. And then we'll start buying some grasslands, because I think the best way to build a farm is have quite a lot of grass area first to make silage from, to sell, to generate the money for us to build a farm. I think that's probably the best way to go. To definitely do that. But we're doing alright for seeds as well. Plenty of seeds. Yeah, they're not going to use all these up. Right, so welcome back. As you can tell, the field is done. It's all planted in. I've got all the grass going, so that's good news. We're going to do the fertilizer, but first I just want to ask everyone that's watching right now what their opinion is on how the actual video looks. So the quality of what you're seeing. You've probably heard of the application called Reshade that you can use. Well, I'm trying something out, and it's not Reshade, but it's very similar. It's basically the in-game NVIDIA settings that you can do, and I've actually changed them a little bit, so it's a bit more sharpened, the colours more cooler, and I've also put a bit more vibrance onto the colour. Only slight touches, but I just wanted to know, because from the first part of the video, so before I just did the jump cut, I was on what the game is looking like for me, base-wise. So base game settings, basically, nothing changed. Now I've changed it. I've started recording again, and I've made a bit, some changes. And I think you can tell by the menu, probably looks a little bit more of a very faint blue tinge to it. But I just wanted to know what you thought of it, because I actually think it looks much better. It's like the game is more crisp and detailed, and you can see it's like it's enhanced in more higher definition, even though I'm playing in 4K. It's a weird one. But yeah, I just wanted to know what everyone's opinion was, if you prefer it. But I'm going to try it out, because I actually prefer playing with it like it. But if it's not coming across very well in the video, then it's kind of not, not worth doing at the same time. So, yeah. But anyway, we're going to get this fertilizer down on the ground. Bit of solid fert will do this the world of good. And it doesn't have to be much, because obviously it's grass. It doesn't really require that much nitrogen. Ideally, we'd want to be putting something like manure down or slurry, but yeah, this will do the job for now. Now, I have got everything lying over on our grass yard, because it really is a bit of a... It's not the best yard at the moment. We're going to improve it over time, but I need to tidy up. I really do need to tidy up. I've got bits just flying about the place. So I'll probably do that in between episodes to get everything stacked away. And the seeds that I did have, the grass seeds, for some reason they unloaded into the small bags. I'm not on about the big bags that you can pick up with, a front loader, for example. I'm on about the bags that you can pick up by hand, the tiny ones. So I don't know why that is. I'm going to have to sort that out. But we've stored them away. But it's a shame to have like 4 bags that have like 100 litres each, and then all our seeds that are still in that big bag. It's a shame I can't put them back into that bag. But anyway, it's a small detail really. And I think this last little bit over here, and then in the corner, and we're done. That means this field is now all good. All good. And a bonus as well, I don't need to roll it because it's grass. So I'm using the no need to roll mod. It was one of the mods that I actually showed off in my 25 best realistic mods. But yeah, it means that I don't need to roll. So if we go into the menu now and have a look at 108 and go on to, needs rolling. So now it show up because I have set it to show grass. So it is showing our grass fields. It should show you in this tab if it needed rolling. So that's good. So now what we can do is have a look, and you can see that our expected yield is 123. Yield potential is 125. Now I think that's because mulching. We could have technically mulched this and then done it, but it's along them lines. I mean, we probably could have used one of the grass rollers, but I'm fine with that. I mean, it's a decent score. And if we have a look at an environmental score very quickly, we're up to 51, and this one's up to 41. So it's weird how that's showing up now. That never showed up before. Surely, I've only ever had this one, that one not showing up. So we're going to have to purchase the soil information for that field. And then, so we've now purchased, it's gone up to 55. Maybe because it's part of that bit there. But it's 55. Oh, not the wrong one. Let's go back to... There we go. That's what we want to do. So nitrogen levels on... Seed rate, soil type. It's weird because I have actually just done that. You think it'd show me up there, the section that I've done. So, it is showing. It's just there's not enough field area. But if we reset our yield map, there you go. So now, really, if we go to our soil types, we have technically got the 2 fields. But the main thing is we're not in a negative score anymore. So that as we harvest the crop, I know the weed control technically is going to bring us down, but I think after we've obviously mowed this field, we should get a decent score. So the last thing to return is this, but we need to empty out the fertilizer. Now this was a decent spreader, a little bit tricky to use though. I had a few things it needed doing. Usually you just get into it, fill it up, and off you go. Maybe have to unfold it, but it was a Yeah, a few things are missing within the mod, it said, but I got it working in the end. It's just a bit of a pain, so probably won't go for this one. Like, if I'm using it, if I'm going to buy it, for example. But yeah, let's get rid of it, and that's pretty much all sorted out. I have repaired as well the tractor, the JCB. So I did that just before we started working on the field. So all that there I'll tidy up. And I think that's pretty much all sorted out. Just need the grass to grow and then we can mow. But what we're going to just do before we end the video is we're going to drive up to the store with both these vehicles. We'll take the JCB, but the reason I want to do that is because I want to have a look at the fields on the way. But I also want to buy 2 items. Now, the main reason I'm buying these is because I think it's overdue, but we need some weights. We've got no front weights for these tractors, so it's important that I get a front weight for both of these, because when I was doing that farming then, I knew, especially for the cultivating and for the seeding, that I really should have had a front weight on. I mean, it just about got by, but ideally you'd want a front weight. So we're going to buy 2, and yeah, we're going to get it sorted out. I mean, come on, you can do it. Come on. Ha-ha! Fast track. Anyway, so yeah, I'll stop off on the way, show you these fields, because I think they're perfect, I really do. But then we're going to buy 2 weights, get that sorted out, and I think then we're sitting at 80,000. We've leased out a lot of equipment, we've done a lot. I mean, yes, we've been focusing more on home this time around instead of obviously doing contracts, but I think it was about time we sorted that field out so we stopped getting a negative score when it comes to yeah, what we're doing. Right, so I'll just park over here because there's no traffic and he can still get past. Yeah, we really did get past him. There we go. So, these are the fields that I'm thinking of. So if we bring up the map, I can show you exactly what I'm looking at. So you've got like 4 technically here that we can buy. So if we went with 52 to start with, it's only 39,600. That's because we've got 3% discount on this field. So this field is owned by Michael Hammond. And if we go to our contractor tab and we'll put details on and we'll try to find Michael Hammond. Where are you, Michael? There you go. So there's Michael Hammond. And you can see it says we've done 1 job. So we're getting that 3% discount from Michael because we've done the 1 job for him. So we could do this baling job and then get some more off it. And I think that's probably the best way to do it. I think we should go for this field first, do a contract for Michael, bring it down. But then also we could buy this one, field 51. It's only 37 because it is a little bit smaller. Yeah, from Leroy. We haven't done any jobs for Leroy yet. And then we've also got this one. This is also Gianna Hartman, so that's 48,000 with 3% off. And then finally, this one is insane. Field 53 is a massive field, and well, it's technically a flat piece of land. I think it is a grass field and we can buy it, but we've got 18% off because this is Clifford Powell. And if we have a look with Clifford, me and Clifford are going way back. We've been doing some serious work for Clifford. It seems like he's the one that I've done most of the baling contracts. And again, he's got another massive baling contract. So jobs completed for Clifford. 6, do 1 more. We can actually lend his equipment. So he'll lease out the equipment we need to use from Clifford. We can also get then another increase of over 20% discount on the field. And I think if I jump up quickly, show you flight mode, you can see that this is a fair patch of grass. Now, I can do GE work, don't worry about that. I can get rid of the fences and make it one big thing. So as we buy this and then go to that, we can make it a big straight patch. And it's actually a big field then. Just buy the 2, and that's only 80,000. We could buy both of these right now. And then finally, we've got this one over here. So we can make like an L-shaped field. But then when we're rolling in it, I think it'd only be wise to purchase this patch over here. Now, you can see that it's land for sale and all that stuff. And I think, if I just remember rightly, it doesn't encroach. No, it doesn't. So it doesn't encroach on to that 193 plot there, which is technically the mill. But eventually we could buy the mill. But I think it's the fact that it's just going to be one big grass field. But even the 3 like that is big enough for me. And compared to what we've got now, it's much bigger. So it's much better. So that's our plan. We're going to buy these grass fields, make a big grass field out of 4 areas, but we're going to do it in increments because it's the best way to kind of progress through. So we could technically buy the first one now, but I think it's, you know, it's a no-brainer to do a contract first for him and just try and bring it down to like 6% discount on that field. And I love that dynamic. It's kind of like working with the people that live in the area of court, and yeah, you're getting to know the farmers, you're doing work for them, and because of that, you know, they'll give you a bit of a discount. So we'll do one contract in the next episode that reduces that, then we'll buy the field, and then yeah, we'll kind of work it that way. I mean, we could try and get a bigger discount, but I think over time, when we keep doing all these contracts, it's going to get to the point where you never know, we might be at 50% discount for a lot of these farmers that are selling these fields. I think it's a cracking idea. Definitely need to clean this tractor though. Definitely. But let's get these front weights. It's well overdue. No, I just hope that I don't leave them at the store like I did at Bally for ages. So we want one that suits the JCB and one that suits the class. I always find it tricky trying to figure out what the best weight to buy is. It's never like an easy task for me. I don't know why, but I struggle. But I'd like one that's just, you know, looks right for it. Now, I do like these just simple AGCO ones, but I don't know if that's the right way to go. That's a nice standard weight. And it's also, what weight do we need? We probably need a bit of a bigger one, I'd say, for the JCB. And we've got a class one that I think it's a no-brainer to go for a class. 900 would probably be all right. See if there's another class that's a bit bigger than that. 1500, something like that's probably better. See, I like that. I actually like that a lot. I actually like it in that colour. I'm going to get that. I know it's 4,600, it's a lot of money, but we picked up that in collectibles. We can still probably do that. In fact, I bet there's a collectible somewhere around here that we haven't picked up. Let's go on the hunt quickly. Aha, so I found one. I don't think there's any more, but trying to get up to this one now. But look at that weight. It's even got like the beacons that are flashing on the front of it. I think that's perfect for it. Absolutely perfect. Probably one of the best weights I've ever found. But we need to somehow... Wahey! There we go, that's that done. We need 7 more of them. Don't think I can see any more. Yeah. Right, so... Ooh, there we go. Right, so all we need to do now is drive it back. I will clean up the tractors because they all need a bit of a clean. I'll sort everything out, tidy it all up, and we'll get ready, you know, to do some contracts. I think just before I end the video, what I will do is set up that contract now. But these were the 2 weights. You can see the class, especially this one, looks perfect. Definitely does. And with that extra kind of definition and detail that I'm using right now, it looks really good. I'm really happy with it, I am, personally. I hope everyone else is. So let's just sort this out dead quick. Don't want anything else but baling. And I think we could probably try and do 2. Now, Clifford is the main man. If we get one more, he's going to obviously give us quite a bit of cash. And he is the top dog there, you can see. Richard Miller. Or as I know, Tony. Was it? Want to find out, don't we? Let's get this right. So, either Michael Hammond and Leroy and Gianna. So Michael, Leroy, Gianna. So what we got here? So there's one for Leroy. So there is a baling contract, and there's one there. And then there's the Michael Hammond one. We're going to have to do that because it's the first one I do want to get. So let's make sure we do that. And I think we're going to have to do this field because it's the biggest one and it's going to give us a lot of money back. So we'll also accept this one. So field 24 going to the biogas plant. and field 131 to tall tree bales. So 24 and 131. Let's just have a quick look at that. So field 24. So field 24 is all the way over here, and it's going to the biogas plant, which is actually not too bad. It's just straight up to there, so that's good. And then field 131 is all the way over here, and that's going to tall tree, which is, where's tall tree? Is tall tree this one? Yes, it is. So that's a bit of a trek, but it's important that we get that one done. It's not even a big field as well, so it's just in front of the castle. So at least you know what we're doing in the next episode. 2 baling contracts that should give us some serious cash. Should be pretty decent. But on that note, I am going to leave the video there. So thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator.